Welcome back to some Celeste. I'm Dear Darling and we're facing demons and reach a summit together. I can't tell if the music is loud or not. Okay, well, we're going to turn it down just so you can focus in a little bit, drown out all the outside senses. And so you hone in, we're going to have a bit of meditation time. We're gonna be training underneath a waterfall. Waterfall is a bit too heavy for us right now, but by the end of our strengthening, our monk meditation, is that what monks do? I don't really know. Okay, well, see ya, I guess. just reset. If a groove hasn't got you, reset. Reset. Hold on. It's not been that long since I've recorded the last episode. It's been about a couple of minutes. I just completely forgot exactly what to do there. Okay, so we get launched. That's not how you do it. Maybe it is better we just go for the full send there. I am not looking forward to me screwing up a future dash. Just because I dash in the wrong direction, just like resetting half an hour of work or something. Okay, I mean, in theory, these levels aren't actually that long. It probably takes a couple of minutes or something to actually beat this level, is my guess. Maybe 5 minutes. That seems a bit long, I'm trying to think about it. Because if you don't know, I play a decent amount of rhythm games as well. And the songs in there are like, the longest one is probably like 2.5 minutes, and that feels like an age, so I can't imagine playing a song for like 5 minutes, so imagine doing a Celeste level for 5 minutes. So if we do it in one fell swoop, I feel like the jellyfish doesn't get enough time to fall, compared to when we gently flow downwards and readjust ourselves, but, this is what trial and experiment, or trial and improvement is actually a better way to do it, is all about. I don't know what I'm doing. It's more like trial and deprovement, if anything, right now. I'm just forgetting to hold down the direction I want to dash in. Like jellyfish jump, it's, sometimes you're gonna be holding down the buttons, sometimes you don't. Oh, I thought I didn't hold down direction, but I must have tapped it like instinctively. You got to override those instincts. I'm almost switching to using my middle finger to press the dash button, just so my index finger gets a little bit of a break. There's a lot of dashing in this one. I mean, there's a lot of dashing in this entire game, to be honest, but I suppose it does go doubly, triply so maybe for this level. There we go, nicely done. And while you're hovering downwards, you should really be trying to remember exactly what you're doing, so you can recall it for yourself. Nice, nice, nice. And then chuck. Whoop. I missed a springboard. Oh no. What a tragic way to do it. You can't blame yourself for that. You just gotta keep on keeping on. Because if you blame yourself, then, well, I mean, you are, to be fair, in this case, the only one at fault. But mistakes happen, that's the whole point of this game, You've got to improve on them. Face your mistakes. You can't run from them. Forever, at least. All your fears and all the bitterness and pain inside. What? The countless tears I had to cry. I don't know, this is like an old My Little Pony fan song. I don't know why it's still stuck in my head after all these years. After all these years, always. What's that? That was a meme. Hold on. I'm placing it in my head. It's from a media property that I probably didn't watch much more. So Marvel, Star Wars, one of those two. After all this time, always. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I just cannot think where it's from. So that's a really loud slam. I don't know if you heard it. Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. It's a Space Jam 2. Was that any good? Any of you watched it? I've never even seen my first Space Jam, to be honest. It was a bit before my time, but... Or maybe it was around time, I don't know. It probably... Let me think, when did it come out? It probably came out in 1994, that's my guess. I don't actually know if that's true or not, by the way. Don't quote me on that. Oh, I actually did that too quickly there. The jellyfish didn't get enough time to fall down into position. Did it come down? I don't know. There's a second Space Jam. It's in cinemas. Have I seen it? No. I've seen the Suicide Squad. I've seen that very recently. I've seen that yesterday, in fact. If you're trying to cross-reference with Animal Crossing, see when I recorded this video. Because maybe I'll talk about that in one of the videos. What a save. Is all I can say to that. No. Nearly what a throw. Oh, wait. I tried to dash into the crystal and I was like, wait a minute. As I let go, I don't even have a crystal. Can't even be done. I feel like I am slamming onto this trigger a bit too difficult, a bit too hard, which is perhaps why my index finger was hurting. Oh, that's not the right direction. It's in fact the entirely wrong direction. But no. The only thing I heard about Space Jam is people are upset at Lola Bunny. To a surprisingly extreme degree, but I suppose you should never be too surprised by the internet. If you want my take on it, she looks fine, I guess. my exposure with like Bugs Bunny and them lot, because I didn't really watch much of those original cartoons when I was a child, but there's like a rebooted version of a Looney Tunes or something. I can't remember what it's called. Maybe it's called like the Looney Tunes Show, which is that's wrong way. Which is a pretty good version, where basically Lola Bunny is like she's some sort of crazy Bugs' girlfriend or whatever. She's like super airheaded, but super. She's hilarious, I might say. I've never actually properly watched the show, but I've seen clips from it, and every clip of Lola in that show is just golden. It's very funny. It sort of reminds me of the fact like those Mickey shorts, which have been uploaded to Disney, you know. Because normally those characters are quite, well, I mean, Mickey Mouse probably much more than Bugs Bunny. Mickey Mouse is very watered down, but in the Mickey Mouse shorts, he's got a lot more life and personality to him. But I suppose Bugs has always been like a bit of a prankster personality, right? But he's much more sardonic, I suppose, in this cartoon. And Daffy Duck is, I don't know if Daffy Duck was always so, like... I'm not saying dim-witted, that's a bit... Okay, we accidentally used our dash again. I tried to dash through a crystal, but I think I did it a bit too late. So let's just sort of see what's going on here, why don't we? What? We can't even look at it because it's not peerable through a telescope. How are we meant to go down? How are we meant to go down? Uh-oh. It's a bit low. Ooh, belly. How are we meant to go down? I actually have no idea. I'm trying to run the numbers. Well, not really the numbers, but oh gosh, I'm trying to run it through my head. How are we meant to go down there? Is it possible we're meant to throw the jellyfish like through the electric wire in that place? That's where we use our dash. No, but then how do we? Oh no, we can go up again because the wind's blowing upwards. Does that make sense? Like, I'm trying to think because the thing goes up and then downwards again. So what if when we're at this position, instead of up here, we chuck the jellyfish up to the right, it floats upwards and we dash over that hurdle instead? I guess that's what you're meant to do? I can't think of another way we could even get through there. It's a little bit difficult to... How did I end up chucking it backwards? I don't know what happened there, but still. It's a little bit difficult to sort of figure out in my mind, I must say. And it's rather troublesome, you might say. That's a bit low, but we got it. Shawty got low, 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 low. She got a baggy sweater. Okay. Remember that song, Flow Rider? direction. It happened. It keeps happening. I warned you about the stairs, man. They keep happening. But if you haven't seen those Mickey Mouse shorts either, they're pretty good. Not gonna lie. They're so very dramatic over the top. I suppose it's got that much earlier cartoon sort of feel going on. I like the animation that's in them, to be honest. Okay, nice. Wasn't the smoothest execution, but there we go. I was holding grab that entire time over there, and I just never, the hitboxes never quite overlapped enough for me to do them. You know, just quick reset. Didn't like that run up. Sometimes that happens, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's like a song like that. I think we had to sing it in assembly once or something. What have I done? I didn't think I pressed the direction there, but apparently I did. Gosh. I'm still kind of at a loss of what we're meant to do. Why is it so dark? Why did the screen get so dark? Do you see that? Is that just me? Do you think Badline's going to come back in here and be like, hey, come on, you can do it. You just got to believe. Nothing feels worse than grabbing onto a jellyfish and realising you don't have the momentum to carry it through. It's like, I failed you, jellyfish, and now we're both doomed. But there, you know, when it works, it works. You would have thought that wouldn't happen. Like, that's a death that would never happen. Just like casually jumping into the electric fence. But surprising. If I had a nickel every time I jumped into that electric fence, I'd only have 2 nickels, but it's kind of weird it happened twice. It's quite Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Now that's a show. Phineas and Ferb. That composed a lot of my childhood. Along with Codename Kids Next Door. And Dexter's Laboratory. Where are you? Where are you? I shouldn't have used my dash. But I was thinking, I was like, we chuck this to the right and we dash over. That's not going to work, is it? How? No, we must chuck it to the right and then dash through underneath that thing, right? Yeah, so we absolutely need our dash for that section. We just got to figure out the proper usage of it. And then from there we can extrapolate what our goal is going to be. Because it looks like there's a moving sort of like electric field above it, which I'm a little bit worried about. And hopefully we don't need our dash for that section, otherwise we might be in a bit of trouble. Just a little spot of bother. We should not jellyfish jump there. We should just grab it casually. If we need to readjust, do it after you grab the jellyfish. Otherwise you'll be in a lot of trouble with the electrified ceiling that is above your head. Which is not normally a trouble, because normally electrified ceilings are quite tall. Also, not a thing. I knew it. I saw that angle and I was like, it's too low. I don't know how that jellyfish angle was too low. Was it just we were too slow? Because it hits off a springboard every time, which you would have thought doesn't really impact it. It's sort of like a very seeded way of how it's going to respond, but what do I know? Oh, this is going to be a pain to get back into, I think, after a break. Oh well, I mean, what can you do? You know, that just be how it is. Hopefully maybe it'll be even better. Maybe it'll be like, oh, the muscles have locked in. The muscle memory has locked in of exactly what we need to do. We've internalized it. And from there, wish I had too much momentum there, that's surprising. Next time I'll just be like, you know, I'll just perfectly execute upon it as soon as I see it. Well, that's not good. Well, that's not that bad. Oh, that's not good. Ah, second chance. Ah, I screwed up again. Probably would just be faster to die at this point. And the fish granted our wish. It's difficult, you know, it's difficult. And it's difficult not necessarily because of the execution of what you had to do, it's the fact that you had to do it all in one go. That's when a lot of difficulty comes, and in fact you can't practice a lot of these future sections, or any of these future sections. You just have to do it every time. Like, you know, if there's checkpoints, you can be like, start from this point over and over again. Well, I mean, checkpoints will make it much easier. That's not what I meant, but like, pardon me? If you, could be like, oh, I just want to practice that, ascending section over and over again, just so we know what to do. It'd be good, but alas, we cannot. We don't even know what's awaiting us. Unless we can move this upwards. I feel like I tried, but it didn't work. It's just a hidden section. Yeah, there's no up arrows, so I don't think we can. We just sort of have to know what we're doing. And therein lies the puzzle. Saved. Had quite a lot of momentum on that throwback, not gonna lie. Oh, I thought that angle was okay, but it didn't feel right. Something about it felt wrong, and I don't know what. Feels so wrong. We somehow transitioned over to doing a full send on that one. I don't know when we did that. When we started doing that. The mind works in mysterious ways. But if it's working, it's working. And hopefully now if I'm consciously talking about it, it's not going to like stop working. I just know what I'm doing now. Oh god. I jinxed it. I jinxed it. And that's the worst possible thing you can do. Unless that's your favourite Pokemon, in which case I guess it's probably one of the best things you can do. Not my favourite Pokemon though. You wanna know who my favourite Pokemon is? Frostlass. What am I doing? Even the fish doesn't know what I'm doing. Used to be Lapras. I do like my ice Pokemon. If I was a Pokemon gym leader, would I be the ice gym leader? I don't know if I've got the right disposition for an ice gym leader, but you know, I could be. I don't know if I'd be a gym leader though. That's the whole thing. That angle, why does it feel different? It feels like the jellyfish isn't going far enough to the right. Maybe I'll just die, but maybe I should do just a vertical dash upwards rather than a diagonal one. That might be a bit more consistent, I don't know. Because I don't need that much horizontal momentum through that part if I recall. Ah. But I also can't quite recall, so maybe I'm just wrong. I actually forgot you could like fast fall with a jellyfish. Wait, maybe can you forward it? Hold on, because you can like do this, right? Is that's how you fall with that jellyfish? I forgot. I actually completely forgot that was a thing you could do until I just accidentally did it. Just you know, that jump didn't feel very right. We're just gonna do it again. It went so fast that we actually threw it backwards somehow. We looped around, we built up so much speed it became negative speed. That's not how velocity works, by the way. Speed just being a magnitude, I suppose. No, just go. That must be how we do it. Okay, that makes more sense. Because I was like, that doesn't seem like it was the end of the floating up section, so presumably we're going to need our dash again at some point. I'm messing up the full send now. No banter allowed in any more Celeste episodes until I do this screen. It's too difficult. It's too hard. I need some words of encouragement from my characters in game. I need them telling each other that they can do it, that they're strong, or something like that. I don't know. Okay, we can try a vertical dash here. We'd have to do it much lower down. But I think it might be more consistent. I don't actually know, because maybe we do need more horizontal momentum at that part. It's a bit hard to say, to be perfectly honest. Okay, that was nearly really bad. That was just bad, is all I can really say about that. We need like a... I need this game to have like AI, and I need it to be hooked up into my brain so it dashes in the direction I intend to dash rather than the direction I necessarily have inputted into my gamepad. Or game controller, not really gamepad, it's not. That's what I need. I need a psychic game. I need a game just to play itself for me. But it needs to be connected into my brain in such a way that I feel the jubilation from actually feeling like I did it myself rather than just turning like, I know, auto mode on. It needs to be in auto mode, but it needs to be from my brain. Doesn't that sound like a... Oh. Well, that's the first way. A new way to die on this screen. Doesn't that just sound like a wild time for a video game? You don't even play the game yourself, except for you kind of do, except for you play the game, except for you don't. You get me? Doesn't make any sense. You play the game. It's you playing the game, but you're playing the game subconsciously. So you get no reward sense of achievement out of it. But technically it's you doing it. That we just threw the jellyfish way too low down, I think. At least the music kind of slaps, you know. If I'm going to be in a difficult level, I want the music to slap. There we go. That's the sort of jellyfish I would want. I didn't dash. You can see the very moment her heart breaks in half. I've actually seen that Simpsons episode. I have no idea what it's about. All I know is about Lisa breaking Ralph Wiggum's heart. Which seems like a very un-Lisa thing to do, but you know. I just haven't seen Simpsons in ages, so I don't really recall. Oh, maybe I have seen this episode. Is it the Valentine's one? Or Ralph, like, gives a card, I choose you or something? Or maybe Lisa gives it to Ralph? That sounds about right. In which case I have seen that episode, but I don't remember it. I was very young when I watched it. No! Jellyfish, come back here! Oh, I saved you. At least we're going to die together. If you think all about all our deaths basically being like ultimate timelines where Madeline doesn't reach the top of Mount Celeste. She just, unfortunately, her journey ends there. That just makes this game a lot sadder. So I don't know why you do that, but you could. I don't know where that came from, to be honest. That's just like, you want to put a sad spin on any sort of game? Just be like, oh, every time you die, that's an alternate timeline where the hero doesn't save a day. You know, and the world just ends because of your actions. You live in that Doctor Strange 1 in 14 million, whatever number he says, timeline, where Iron Man saves us all. Spoilers, by the way, from Endgame. But if you haven't watched Endgame by now, you probably... What are you going to? Like, even I've watched Endgame now. I'm not even invested in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You might be like, why have you watched Endgame? Oh, I watched it with some friends and I had no idea basically what was going on. I can't... We didn't watch it in cinemas, by the way. In a cinema, so it wasn't disturbing anyone but my friends, but I was just basically like, I have no idea who any of these characters is, so I was like, who's that? And they're like, from this movie. Who's that? Who's that from this movie? Who's that? They're from this movie. Which must have been... They had already seen it before. That was their second time watching it. And I was like, cool. I mean, this seems like a really cool movie if I knew what the heck was going on. It seems like a nice sort of final fanfare. I knew it. I'm not sure. I think I just need to go on the spring a bit faster if I want to stick with a diagonal dash. Because currently we are... We need a bit more height. Like this. Or... very sort of last 5 minutes pause on this video. Don't you worry, it's to refresh myself. The music is too loud. It's not actually too loud. I'm pretty sure about to volume my set like all the other games on, but you know this. As much as Celeste has got a banging soundtrack, sometimes you just gotta focus in. Sometimes you don't need that background music distracting you from what should be the greatest moment of your life. Here, today this could be the greatest day of our life. Remember that song? I don't really. Yeah, so I very much do not think we're going to get this done in this episode, but hopefully we can see a bit more of a of upper echelon area. Echelon's not really the right word to use there, but for some reason it's a word that I thought of. And the dash is the wrong way, bandit strikes again. That's me, by the way. I am a bandit. What? It's me? I thought if I was in a Scooby-Doo episode, I guess I'll mask myself and be like, oh, it was old dear darling the entire time. I would have gone away with it too if it weren't for you and you meddling kids. But how many different reboots has Scooby-Doo been on? Like, we're talking about Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse reboots. Despite the fact that those two are probably both older than... Actually, is Bugs Bunny older than Scooby-Doo? Probably. I don't actually know. I feel like Scooby-Doo's had so many different remakes all over the years. It's actually astonishing. Astonishing is very much my sort of flavour of the month word, though. I feel like I say it a lot. Oh, that might have been a bit too high up, but we actually made it, so, you know. Ah. I don't know. Okay. At that point, I probably should have used a dash so we could just actually see if that's how you're meant to do the previous one. Or the next part of the sequence by holding down on the jellyfish. I don't know. You must be able to make that entire section without using the dash, right? I can't imagine you wouldn't, because it certainly looks like there's more of a section to go, and I'd be surprised if it doesn't require more of a dash there. But I don't know. Maybe it's a very short. What? Maybe it's a very short segment just after that. You know, you just do that and it's like a mini screen, and then you're near the end. Probably not. This is the finale after all. This is everything you've been working towards. All wrapped up in one very nice Celeste platformy budget. Budget's not really the right word. Bouquet. That's not the word I wanted, but it's a much nicer word. You know? Who wouldn't want to receive a bouquet of stars? What am I doing? Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, we saved our dash, That's pretty tight. To not use your dash on, I'm not gonna lie. So we hold down. Yeah, there we go. Interesting. It's so floaty for controls. Oh, that's gonna be a nuisance. Annoyingly, it looks like there's even more after that. This is such a long level. It's almost unbelievable that you can actually complete this. I had the wrong direction there. Okay, maybe not that you can complete this, but like, this is expected. I can't imagine playtesting this and being like, oh, you know, this is enough. We're just like, what if we just pushed it a little bit more? I assume this is meant to be like the ultimate challenge, I suppose, in the end, but whether it is or not, I don't know. That's the scary part. What if this isn't even the final, like, part of this level? What if there's like a boss battle or something at the end? That'd be crazy. We haven't had really a boss battle in Celeste yet, have we? We might have. I can't really recall. It's been a while since we started Celeste. I mean, if any level did, it would probably be the ruins with those beholder-like monsters, which I always call behemoths for some reason. Despite the fact that behemoths are different sort of monstrous creatures, as I understand. Ooh, that was pretty close. And in the case of a video game studio, it seems to be a giant chicken. We remember the jellyfish we lost on the journey. Ooh, pretty close. Okay. So I assume we got to basically hold the jellyfish of this entire thing. It's all about micro adjustments, you know? Play it safe, play it cool. You don't want momentum to carry you too far. Dip, dive, duck. Dip, dive. Dive too much. Duck. Okay, we're gonna have one more good attempt, I think. One more bad attempt, I don't know. We'll see what we've got time for. Because we're at a half an hour mark already. Alright, this will be our final attempt, wherever this ends up going. You know, I feel like we made good progress. I'm assuming we're about halfway now through this final screen, which honestly is pretty good progress. All things considered. Oh no. Oh no. Oh well, that's where it ends. This is where our story ends. No. We'll continue on, I suppose, in the next couple of episodes. Oh, I just noticed a sort of like reef around periscope. That's not periscope, telescope. This is going to be hard. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. This has been Celeste. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares are greatly appreciated. Join me Dear Darling Discord. Follow me on Twitter down below. Hope we can see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.